It was just a matter of time before the curiosity got to me enough to buy one of these. This is the Lasko Air Circulator. It appears to have no model number anywhere. Unless it's this one. It might be this. It might be A20107. That might be the model number. Simple, no tool base assembly. Ideal for all rooms. Two things about this that are intriguing. Number one is that the stand and the base looks a lot more like an old Lakewood product than a Lasko product. And number two is this bizarre three-wing petal blade set, which for the last 23 years has had 5 blades, and all of a sudden it only has 3. Now it seems like 3 is the magic number for good blade sets, so maybe this will work. I really have no idea. Made in USA. Well, that's nice, but I don't think it's really all that true. Well, let's take it out of the box and see what we got here. It's concerningly thin. Okay, so let's take a look at the instruction manual here. Okay, that is going to be the model number A20107. Assembly, here we go. Seriously, they couldn't even spend a dime to buy a stack of staples to hold this together? Gotta be joking. Alright, so let's see what our easy no tool assembly looks like. Hook front of foot on yoke. Push back of foot until it snaps into place. Well, that seems simple enough. Of course, it all comes in plastic film. Okay, so there's informations on the inside here. Let's take a look at that before I put the bead on. .7 amps. Doesn't draw much power at all. And it's still, interestingly enough, they still use these stickers. These have been on these Lasko fans since like the 90s. Let's see what we got here. We got wall mount holes there. So this, it looks like I imagine it goes, let's see, does it go like that or does it go the other way? Yeah, I guess it goes like this. Well, I'll give it that it's just like it said in the manual and on the box. It's easy, no tool assembly. It would have been nice if the switch was on the top. That's like a little cost cutter they do to keep, you know, save maybe 2 feet of wire, which is annoying. 3 speeds, and it's that same little motor that they use in all the fans. It's definitely flimsy, but it's not going to tip over. It's pretty stable in that regard. The tilt sounds awful, but it moves pretty well. Typical fuse plug here. And actually it's a pretty good length. It's a little bit longer than usual. That's got to be a good... I'm really surprised with how long this cord is. That's got to be at least 7 feet. It's a pretty good distance. So we've got a nice cord on here. Alright, let's plug this thing up and see how it works. Got the kilowatts meter here, ready to go. Check the power draw and everything. Looking at 119.4 the volts right now. Go over to the amps because that's what the rating is in. And we'll start up on low. Sounds like it's scraping up against something. Maybe the bearings just need a few minutes to break in. Well, I have to say I'm kind of surprised. It's quiet. And in terms of the airflow, I can feel it 10 feet away just fine. I think it moves more air than the 3733 does. Interesting. Power draw is 0.43 amps, 51 the watts with a power factor of 0.96. Pretty reasonable power draw. Now let's go to number 2. Oh, these have got nice pieces of rubber on the bottom of these feet. This doesn't slide around at all. Alright, that's number 2. And wow, I'm really surprised at how quiet this is. Huh. What do you know? It's not totally deplorable. Power draw is 0.49 amps, 57 the watts with a power factor of 0.97. The balance is not the greatest. In fact, it's pretty far out of balance. And the high. Now our balance issue is really showing. Now this blade is atrociously out of balance. Especially considering it's a pretty lightweight blade. Yeah, the balance is just horrible. Look at that, that mug is shaking all over the place. No, that's awful. I can actually feel the vibration in the floor. That blade is horrifically out of balance. I'm gonna have to fix that if I decide to keep this. So on high, that's 0.53. Oh, stinking thing is shaking. 0.53 amps, 63 watts with a power factor of 1. I mean, this is just abysmal. Look at the, even stinking, the power bar is shaking. No, that's messed up. Wow. Wow, now, this is interesting. The performance is actually pretty good. For the amount of air it's moving, the noise is really reasonable. I thought this was going to be super loud, but it's actually much quieter than the 5-blade versions. And the airflow is not like overwhelming, but it's there and it's pretty reasonable. But the balance issue here is not good. And the bearings seem to be kind of stiff, which is unusual. A lot of these, at least from my experience, the Lasko motors seem to have pretty decent bearings usually. Yeah, the airflow is really surprisingly reasonable, and so is the noise level. If it wasn't so badly out of balance, I'd say this is really pretty decent. But the balance issue is definitely a problem. I'm really shocked at how quiet this is. I was not expecting that at all. Huh. Unreal. Well, I think we got two problems here. I think we got a bearing issue and we got a balance issue. So yeah, those bearings are stiff. I bet this isn't even running at full power, full speed. I suppose the normal thing to do would be to return it for another one, but since I hardly ever do what's considered normal, I'm going to tear it apart and see if I can fix it.